So today we're diving into a recent interview with several developers of the upcoming Skate game that doesn't only give us some insights into what the team at Full Circle is planning, but also addresses some of the concerns that the community has, especially around the game's live service and its multiplayer-only approach. The link to the full interview is also in the description below in case you want to read through it yourself. But before we get into this, just a quick reminder, if you've missed these news last week, on July 2nd, the Skate Playtest will open for everyone, which means everyone who has signed up by June 27th will be invited and can play. So if you haven't signed up for the playtests yet, do it now. Link is in the description below as well. And if you have already signed up, keep an eye on your mails and also check your spam or junk folder so you won't miss out on this one. There's also going to be a massive update to the playtest on July 2nd, and if you want to know what will be changed, I've already done a full video on that, so be sure to check this out as well. Now, let's get into the interview that was held by Sean Sichaki at Vice, and he's also a skateboarder and a player of the EA Skate games, and here and there he shares his opinion and impressions of the new game as well. And one thing he points out right at the beginning that I'm thinking is a big topic for the community as well is the visual style of the new Skate game. And he says that it took him quite some time to get used to it and describes it as cartoonish and stylized. And that's definitely something I do agree with. I mean, it's alright as long as the physics are great and the game is overall fun to play, but I can remember when seeing the first playtesting gameplay a few years ago, I thought this graphic style was really only because it's so early in development. And now it turns out, or at least it seems like, this is the actual style they're aiming for. I can imagine that one of the reasons for this more simplified graphics style is the fact that the game is coming to mobile as well and needs to run properly on a lot of different devices, so they couldn't maintain the more realistic and gritty style of the older games. But that's just a guess from me, I could be completely wrong. However, Jeff Seamster, the head of creative at Full Circle, responds to this by saying that early access launch is only day one and the visuals will continue to improve and evolve throughout early access and beyond. In other words, this might not be the final look of the game yet, it will be refined in the future, but still I doubt we will ever see this more realistic graphics style for the game. Moving on, a big topic for the author is also the live service and multiplayer-only approach of Skate, which is also a topic that is discussed a lot within the community. And here the author wonders if this live service approach is going to ruin the soul of the franchise. Because let's be honest, not all live service games did really deliver a good experience for the players, and to this executive producer Mike McCartney responds that getting it right for the longtime fans is important for them, but so is building something that grows a new generation of skaters, and finding that balance, that is the hard part. But they want to build this game alongside the community, which is also why it's free to play, because they want it to be accessible to everyone, and they also want Skate to be a game that will evolve over time and will be playable for years to come. So that's why they have the live service. How well this will turn out remains to be seen. But Darren Chung, the senior creative director of the game, says that we can expect to see time-limited in-game events with special rewards, for example, as part of this live service, and that the soundtrack for the game will also extend over time, so there's no more listening to the same songs over and over. And he also says that that the community-driven part they always point out is not just marketing fluff, but that they are actually listening and tweaking the game and the world based on player feedback and requests. And as an example, he names the baggy pants as cosmetic items, or the way the progression system works now, or that they included the ability to skate on moving vehicles. All of this was just added or changed after community feedback. But the most important thing is, and that brings us back to the question if live service could potentially ruin the soul of the franchise, the most important thing is that they want to nail the feeling of Skate. And this is done through its control scheme, through its physics, and also through a big open world that players can explore. Especially when it comes to the open world, they're trying to recreate the vibe of a real skate park where people hang out, experiment with tricks, and influence the space and the people around them. So that's why they chose to go with an online, free-to-play, massively multiplayer approach. McCartney also gives a little reminder that this game is not a direct sequel to the former 3 games, which is also why it's actually not called Skate 4 but only Skate, because their vision is what I had described before, this huge community experience with this social core where everything is built around. And yeah, it's a lot of marketing talk still, even though they're saying it's not only fluff, but that they actually mean it. But the buzzwords we've heard in tons of other games before are there as well. And I think that's why the community is so skeptical. If this live service multiplayer only approach will work remains to be seen. If they do it right, I think it could be great and could definitely work for years to come. But especially for a free-to-play game, it might be hard to avoid the usual pitfalls like predatory microtransactions or lackluster updates. Still, the team seems to have a vision for the game and they're trying to respect the legacy of the franchise while also trying to build something new, which is surely not easy. And they're trying to build it with community. So we will see how this will turn out. It shouldn't be too long anymore because first of all, we have the open playtest coming up, and in the last episode of The Grind, they also said that early access release is planned for late summer this year. So maybe only 2 or 3 more months to go and we will finally play the new Skate game. And that's it for today. Tell me what you think about this in the comments below. Are you excited about the game or are you still skeptical because of everything you've heard so far? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye!